Hi everybody. Today I'm doing my mom's makeup for Mother's Day and trying to convince her to grow out the gray, but that's another story. This is the final look and here we go. Moisturize the skin and make sure that it's treated appropriately for the skin type. I love to start with a sparkly highlighting type primer. This time I'm using it really as a primer. Sometimes I'll mix it in with the foundation if you want a sort of lighter, less full coverage look. But here I'm putting it on this thicker brush and really working it into the skin, opening up any wrinkles and making sure that it goes into all the creases and all over the skin. Really get in there. Don't be shy. This is the foundation I used for her. It's a really good full coverage foundation. Of course, my mother, as you can see, is one of my toughest clients, but I like that. It helps me to grow. So I'm just blending this in well with the primed skin. Make sure that you do put foundation on the eyelids as well. Really get it all over the place. I'm being a little rough with her, I guess, but this is not our first time doing this. Here's a powder. I like to set the whole look with a little bit of powder because my mom does have oily skin. Here's the thing about oily skin. Sometimes you can't even use foundation that's drying because it actually fills into the oil in a very cakey way. So it's good to use a liquidy moisturizing foundation even on oily skin and then just put powder over it. So we're going to go in with a really warm toned, nice contour and get that started. Really go under the cheekbone area and blend down. And I'm going to go down by the chin line as well. So really blend down into that chin line. I'm putting a lot of that contour color on the neck and chin line to give more definition. And from the arch of the eyebrow outward, on the forehead it has to be really well blended or else it will stand out. But just that little dimension on the forehead adds a lot. Making sure it's all blended and then it's not too gray or too warm. That's why I love this palette of many different options because you can really control the warm to cool level. Of course, my mother won't stop talking, which it works fine. It shows her cute dimples. Now I'm going to go in with a highlighter, sort of a white with a little bit of gold in it. This time, make sure you don't go too high. That's my big thing with highlighter. Don't put powder highlighter in the creases, the lines like the eye wrinkles that you have. Just put it on the right above the apples of your cheeks. I'm gonna go in with this beautiful from MAC eyeshadow base and really, really smear it on very, very well. It may need some melting and you may need to rub it in, but put it all over the eyelid. Move the eyelid around so they can really get in there. Going in with a matte colored white. It's kind of a neutral white. It's not too bright. Really into matte colors for older skin. Now I'm doing like a very neutral brown color, and that's going to go just on the outer corner of the actual eyelid. Very neutral color, just to add some definition. Again, it's a matte. I don't like to do too sparkly. And this is a warmer brown that I think really will bring out her eyes. And that'll go right in the center of the crease. Not on the actual eyelid and not up too high either. Kind of really depends on the shape of the person's eye. So kind of use your judgment there. Here we're going to go in with a golden glittery color. Now I'm only putting this in the very center of the actual eyelid. So it will just give that pop right by the eye line. Not eye line. Whatever it's called. Just the eye, not above. And going in with this black eyeliner that I use all the time. So if I was to do this over, I would use a liquid liner, but I did not have one. So if you're at home doing this, that's probably what you should use. Liquid liner is much more controlled because I'm trying to do the thinnest line possible. If you do a thicker line, it actually closes the eye. And to do the thinnest line possible, to really just accentuate the eyelashes, will really open the eye a little bit more and add some definition. So try to do this as thin as possible. I'm not winging it out like I would for my eyes. I'm really following the natural eye shape and just enhancing where that eyelash line is. We're having a grand old time. So now I'm going in for an eyebrow, very simple eyebrow. I'm using eyeshadow. This is what I want to show. Most older people I see make this mistake, a circular eyebrow. Please do not do a circular eyebrow. It's one of the big pet peeves I have of people of a certain age. No one's eyebrows are this shape of a half circle, so don't do that. It might be hard to get out of that habit. So, I'm going to do a video just on eyebrows. Stay tuned for that. So I'm just kind of filling it in. And my mother explains to me that once you reach a certain age, your eyebrows start to get more sparse. And that's why it tends to become that way, that you get really long hairs and then you have less hairs. I'm trying to suggest to her that you just trim the hairs that are there instead of plucking anymore. Which becomes a point of contention, but to each his own. We all have our ways of our own, beauty secrets and ways to deal with it. I think that a lot of people can trim their eyebrow hair and instead think they have to just pull them out if they get too long. And she's telling me that's crazy. You're going to have porcupine things sticking out of your eyes. No, she's never going to do it. Anyway, on to more shenanigans with my mother.
What's that?
Lipstick.
Oh no. No? Should I stick it out?
You know what I should do? I should show how you normally do it, and then
Oh, it tickles. Should I smear?
Go ahead. I'm gonna show that this is how you normally do it. It's like half on, not really. Yeah, but what you need to do is you need to get a magnifying glass. Definitely have to. What's wrong?
It tickles.
Why does it tickle?
It tickles. It's torture. Oh, torture.
Stop it.
Can I show you? Can I show you?
No,
Really?
I know what it feels like. Stop talking. Why does this tickle you?
It's different when somebody else puts it on you. Let me show you. Can I show you?
No.
Come on.
No. One of the other things I notice that people do as they get older is they put lipstick on not to the full lip line. So as I'm telling my mom, it's really important to get your magnifying glass out and take a little extra time on your lipstick and really define your lips and make sure you're going to the full end of the line and not just staying inside the lines. Another thing that people tend to do when they get older that doesn't really work anymore is using colors that are too muted or too dark. Colors that are bright and colorful tend to look much better the older you get because it shows that your lips are still, prominent. Rather than sometimes I see women wearing dark brown lipstick or like a dark purple color and their lips kind of disappear. So also choose a color that's brighter than maybe you would have gone for in the past. My mom keeps talking, so yeah, it's like not even. We're gonna have a great time fixing that. Anyway, this is a really cool matte color that I will link in the bottom. I like to use a very voluminous, fluffy, thick mascara, a couple of good coats on the top, and a very carefully applied coat on the bottom. My biggest advice to people over a certain age is use a magnifying mirror. You know, your makeup can look infinitely better doing the exact same thing you're already doing if you just take extra time and care in doing it. The next thing would be to update your look. The makeup that looked great on you when you were in your 20s or in your 30s is not going to be the same look on you now for two reasons. Your face has changed, and also because the style has changed, times have changed, and beauty has changed. So it's great to update your look every 10 years. Go to a makeup artist or to the makeup counter and really get some advice and be open to trying some new things. This is the final look.
With the silver?
Mm-hmm.
Matches my gray shirt.
Thanks so much, Mom, for doing this video with me. Happy Mother's Day. Everyone, please subscribe to my channel and leave a comment. Thanks so much for watching.